Hello, hello. Uh... How's it going? Hi, Vapidalmon. It is actually not time to mold. It is not time to get mad, as the stream title indicates. I will not be getting mad today. I'm going to be playing a very zen-like game. I hear this is great for relaxing. This is called Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Quite infamous for being just the most relaxing zen experience. No, so this is a rage game. And since I am typically not a rageful person, I don't think rageful is a word, is it? Since I'm not a very angry person, at least in public, around people, you know, talking to people, I'm very mellow, very chill in general. How the heck am I gonna go with a rage game? Are you guys gonna see me get really angry? Is it like a Hulk situation where secretly I'm always angry, so I'm not gonna be mad at all? We'll find out. The reason I have continue listed here is because I did boot up the game again over like the very beginning to hear the narration so I could adjust the audio before the stream. So apologies about, hold on, let me just make sure okay, I do have the right window. Whenever I again, I have a one monitor setup, so if at any point I gotta check OBS to adjust anything, too bad, I can't hear the game anymore. Or you can't hear the game anymore, the game's audio just cuts out. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, so I have played past the first little bit. I have gotten a little used to the controls. I have adjusted the mouse sensitivity to my liking accordingly. Clicking does nothing at the beginning, but on my first playthrough, when I clicked the mouse button, the left mouse button, it sounded like that happened at around the same time that he happened to pop out of the thing. So now in my brain there's just an association between clicking the mouse button at the start of the game and actually yeah, him. That's the name of the character we play as, him. This dude responding to that, even though I'm sure that's not the case. Alright. And the narration will begin as soon as I get over this twig.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black.
Okay.
If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up.
Wait, you can win arguments?
Like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
I swear, because I've heard this opening narration.
Alright,
I think
thanks for coming with me on this trip.
Alright.
I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point.
Nope, no breaks.
Find a safe place to stop and quit the game.
No breaks,
Don't worry,
no getting
I'll
mad.
save your progress, always. Even your mistakes.
This game's gonna be easy. No, okay, didn't want to do that. Okay. Yeah, this game looks really easy when you see other streamers play it and stuff. And it's deceptively easy. I guess. I don't know how else to describe it. Hold on. Okay, okay. There's a lot of room for error. Okay, I just need a pogo stick it. Okay, no. Maybe if I No, that didn't go as planned. I was just if I do a real quick rotation. But yeah, I haven't streamed in like a week. I did a community post. I don't know if anybody saw it, but I was really proud of it. I said something along the lines of like I haven't streamed in like a week because I was so like proud of my last 2 streams that I don't know, that I was worried I wouldn't be able to top them, that anything that any other stream I did would just be lame in comparison. And then I said, but that's a dumb mentality to have, so tomorrow I'll be getting over it. And I thought that was clever. There we go. What? No, no. Okay. Whoa. We Keanu Reeves now? I don't actually
It was
know.
a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of
Damn it.
B-games. And B-games
I
are
mean,
rough assemblages of
fun.
found
I get to do it again. I'm not
Designers
mad.
slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, there's a lot of room for error, the game. That it is. Okay. It's okay. I'm sure once we get past this part, we'll never have to do it again, right? We're never going to fall back to this beginning section and have to do it all over again. Okay. See? That's simple. Oh, Jesus. How do I... Okay, hold on. No, no, don't. Okay. Hold on. I need to position myself just right. Oh, I need to be a little further to the left, I think. Okay, this is good. I just need to be here. More like that. I need to get my balance right, and then... No, I need to be closer to the edge. The perilous edge. Okay, there we go. Now we can clear the rooftop there, unobstructed. There we go! I am a genius. So good at this game.
In a certain way, Sexy
Okay,
Hiking is the
hold on.
perfect embodiment of a B-game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor.
Damn it. Okay.
No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly,
Speedrun, let's go.
unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything.
It's okay. No, no, we're speedrunners. We're good at this game. We're not going to get frustrated once. I have literally had friends tell me they cannot imagine me, like, getting mad in all their time of knowing me. And I mean, my family would beg to differ, my, like,
Anyway,
parents
when
and
you start
siblings.
Sexy
Oh,
Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and
no,
over.
no, 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 no.
There's a
I
sense
don't
of
want to fall
truth in
down
that
beyond
lack of
that
compromise.
roof
Most
again.
obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that
True.
sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
There are plenty of video games with real challenges, though. But I mean, yeah, there's this idea in video games that, like, it needs to be, like, beatable, right? There needs to be a definitive ending that you can, like, get to. And say you've seen, like, all of the content that was, that you were intended to see in a single playthrough. right? You've seen the game's story through to its end. Hello, Danish YT. I don't know, if you keep posting gibberish, then I might have to ban you or something. By the way, April Ghost, I'm going to mod you real quick. There you go. You should now be a moderator. Okay. Okay. Wow, that was surprisingly easy. Hey, no problem, April. Oh, crap. Okay, okay. No. Come on. Okay. Just randomly flailing, like, the mouse around sometimes just works, but, probably not a good strategy to, like, rely on. Okay, hold on. At least this gap here is, like, that gap, this one over here, is, I'd imagine pretty difficult to, like, fall down. I say as I almost fall down it immediately. So I spent, like, an hour before stream just, like, messing with the audio settings. If I let you type an emoticon without you emojifying it, I have the opposite problem, where I'm like, I'd love a quick and easy way to send an emoji, but it keeps... But, like, it just sends it as an emoticon, like I'm a caveman or something. But that's, maybe that's just like a desktop YouTube thing, I don't know. But I don't know how you're watching the stream, so... Started writing all yours backwards. That is a way around it. That is a loophole. The emoticon loophole. But yeah, I remembered something the other day.
The obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating.
You know, it's frustrating.
But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make it frustrating.
The fact that I can't talk because he's talking,
to the act of climbing,
and when we both
authentic
talk, it's
to
too
the
loud.
process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past a new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
Thank you, Bennett Foddy. By the way, is he Australian? I think he sounds Australian. But yeah, but I'm pretty bad at identifying accents. For all I know, you could be, like, British. But yeah, I used to watch people, like, streaming this game and being like, why are you getting so frustrated at Bennett narrating? You know, like, that's like, it's part of the game experience. You shouldn't be like, you know, I get that you just want to...
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with. And in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
I guess the frustration with the narrator is, like, twofold, right? I mean, first of all, like, streamer brain, right? I'm, like, trying to talk constantly to make an entertaining stream, and he keeps interrupting me. And I'm like, oh, just stopping what I'm talking about just for the narrator to go on about something, and then having to remember whatever it was I was talking about beforehand. Real annoying. But I think it's also just the nature of the game being a very, like, focused... a game that's very, demanding of your focus. So when you get, like, interrupted by the narration, it's like, I don't care. I just want to clear this obstacle. I just want to climb the mountain or whatever. Man, this is the best game. It's about climbing a mountain, like my favorite game, Celeste. I don't actually know if Celeste is my favorite game, but there was a period of time where I was, like, pretty obsessed with it. And it's still one of my favorite games. Do not get me wrong. It's a great game. Fantastic game, even. There's no but in that sentence. I'm not going anywhere with, like, but it's overrated or whatever. No, it's not overrated. It's perfectly rated. Okay. Top 10 games you'd wear on a shirt. It's the only... Is that the only video game related shirt that I own? I have 2 shirts based on Celeste, and I think that's it. I have a shirt based on Ruby. Ruby Volume 9 is coming out. It has a release date. It's actually happening. Holy shit, I'm so glad. And, unsurprisingly, it seems very much... The way that they're distributing it seems very much like a last-ditch effort to keep the IP alive. You know? Because the story still has, like, several volumes of storytelling to go after Volume 9, right? At least, you know, to get to the story's ending as far as, like, Monty Oom's original vision went, right? No, I am not going back down there. That is not happening today. No, thank you. How the heck do you clear this part? I am really getting stuck on this. But yeah, they have a release date, and it's releasing exclusively on Crunchyroll. And Crunchyroll is now a paid service. There was a point where it's like, as long as you make an account, then it's free, and I think with Crunchyroll Premium, like, you could at least watch shows like the day after or a week later or something. That's how the Rooster Teeth site model worked as well, is if you're a paid member, then you get to watch episodes a week early. And that sounded fair to me.
You've done this part before. You know it's possible. Just do
No,
what you did the first
I
time.
actually haven't cleared this part. I mean, I would consider this part as being scaling this entire... Oh, God damn it. No, 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 no. It's okay. I'm not mad. Does it count if I'm just disappointed? What if I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed? Does that count as being mad? Am I still lying through the thumbnail and the stream title? Cussing already. What did I say? Did I say crap? See, I've only been streaming for maybe like 20 minutes, I would guess. Maybe even less than that. Maybe I'm overestimating, but it feels like I've been streaming for like an hour. Yeah, I've probably only been streaming for like 15 minutes, and it feels like at least half an hour. But yeah, I keep losing track of my conversation topic of what I was talking about, which is what leads me to believe I may have ADHD. But again, I am getting tested, and that's happening at the end of the month. So when that happens, I can figure out, like, what my, you know, if I even have it in the first place. It's still totally possible that I just don't. I took the questionnaire that they want me to do before my appointment. And what I found was interesting was that a lot of the questions were like, do you get distracted easily by like, you know, if there's stuff going on around you, do you find it hard to ignore? And I had to answer no to those questions because my distractions tend to be very internal, okay? I have like the opposite problem where I'll just like focus on things and where I'll just like get lost in my own head. In fact, I can drown out distractions pretty easily. A lot of the time. Not always, depending on what it is I'm doing. If it's like homework or something, forget it. But, yeah, it's... I had to wake my phone back up because it went to sleep. I've tried to find a way to... Because I've got chat on my phone. Right? Loaded up on my phone. My phone keeps going to sleep every like 10 minutes, and I've tried like going into like the battery settings and trying to turn off the like sleep function, but there's no way to turn it completely off. Which is stupid. I've had other phones that'll let me, you know, completely disable the sleep feature. But I don't seem to be able to do it on this one, or it's hidden away somewhere else in the settings. You can do split screen on your phone. I mean, no, I'm just like, I'm streaming on my computer and then I'm just, yeah, and then I'm reading chat on my phone. So yeah, it's my workaround for like, well, I can't really, I don't have a second monitor, so my phone will act as my second monitor. I guess. Yeah, I just load up my own stream on my phone. Holy crap, I did it. That wasn't a curse, that was an exclamation. That was elation, joy. That doesn't count as a curse. That's a cuss. I don't know where the word cuss came from. I just assumed it meant the same thing as curse. Because that's how everyone uses it. But is it like just a like childish way of saying... I know it's supposed to be like how kids... God damn it. How kids refer to swear words or whatever. But what's the etymology behind it? That's what I want to know. Ah, okay. Yeah, well... Either my phone doesn't let me do that, or I'm not smart enough to figure out how to let my phone do that specifically when I'm streaming. Because it's good, you know, at other times. There are plenty of occasions where I don't want my phone to where I want my phone to like deactivate if I've forgotten to turn it off. But I want to be able to disable that strictly when I'm streaming. I've got a Samsung, I don't know if that changes anything. Without giving you the exact model, I don't know that it helps at all. But yeah, so, anyway, I've gone from Ruby to ADHD to my phone. Probably... There was probably another conversation... there was probably something else I was talking about in the meantime. Anyway, I'm just going to talk about ADHD for a second. Because every story I've heard with ADHD has been about how they get, like, distracted easily by external things. If I get distracted, like, internally... If it's like my... If I get distracted by things in my head because my mind is moving, you know, too quickly all the time, can that be ADHD as well? Can ADHD manifest that way? I mean, it's an attention deficit disorder. And I know that, like, hyperfocus is a thing. So, like, it's not strictly about, you know, that's a thing for people with ADHD. So it's not strictly about, like, you know, being distracted in a specific way, or your attention, you know, not being able to pay attention in, like, all circumstances. It's just about being unable to, like, control how much attention you give, or something. Seen people talk about that, I think. Yeah. I don't know. I've just never heard of, like... And, like, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about ADHD, but, all of the cases I've heard personally have played into the, like, oh, shiny stereotype, you know? And it's like... And, you know, that can also just be... A lot of people just have, like, short attention spans and are easily distracted because, you know, in today's... In the digital age, attention spans are getting shorter, just in general. So it's not necessarily a sign of ADHD if you're easily... If you have a short attention span, specifically. And that, like, causes you to get distracted or whatever. So self-diagnosing is not a great idea. So I'm just gonna refrain from self-diagnosing, even though I keep convincing myself more by the day that I think I might have this. We're just gonna wait for the real deal, for the results of that test.
People have been predicting that games would soon
Holy
be made
crap,
out
I
of
did it.
fabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
Oh my god! Do you see how, like, small that, like, edge is that I gotta grab onto? Oh, like I did just now? Holy
Over
crap.
time, we've poured more and more
I can't believe I
refuse
did
into
that.
this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy.
Interesting. Oh crap. No! Oh my
You just lost
god.
a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
It's okay. I cleared this section in like 3 seconds. I can afford to lose 3 seconds worth of progress. Although I suspect it will take me a little longer than 3 seconds to get up here. Whoa, hold on. How did I didn't think you could grab onto that. That was weird. Anyway, what I did earlier was awesome. That was like a speedrun strat. I need to just do that again. I just need to perfectly replicate the thing that I did by more or less accident. I must have seen people do this part before and known that this is the strat. But you got to be really like deliberate about it with the timing of how you do it, because otherwise you push back against the wall instead of pushing yourself upwards. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to RWBY now. Yeah, it's now Crunchyroll exclusive, meaning the only way to watch it is if you have a Crunchyroll subscription. It is made by Rooster Teeth, but even if you have like the Rooster Teeth subscription service, you cannot watch RWBY. Unless RWBY Volume 9, unless you want to watch it 1 year later, Crunchyroll has like a 12-month exclusivity license, apparently. So it's literally... And like the thing that gets me is that like still, even after 12 months after you know, it's on the Rooster Teeth. It's, you know, so it went from like, well, there's a paid service, but you can also watch it for free a week later. And you know, if you're a diehard fan, then there's a real trade-off there. Like, do I want to spend money, or do I not really care so much about watching the episodes as they come out? Or am I so invested that I want to know what happens right away, you know? There was still an incentive to pay to see the episodes as they come out, but it wasn't as...
There's a way of getting it harder the more times you try it. I think
Really?
anger makes you swing the hammer harder, and that can push you away from the wall.
Ah. Well, thanks for the tidbit. That actually helps. Lets me know that I shouldn't be swinging as wildly. See, the narration is helpful. Why would you not want to listen to him? Okay, but yeah, so I guess I'm getting a Crunchyroll subscription for like 2 months while, or 2.5 months while, or 3 months, I guess, because you can't subscribe for half a month. Wait, yes you can, because there's a 14-day free trial. So I need to strategically plan that out. There's also been some like Ruby spin-off stuff that I haven't watched because I haven't had like a Rooster Teeth subscription. No problem, Bennett Flotty. I know, being starved of Ruby content is a terrible thing. It's weird, because people... Anytime someone says something nice about Ruby, it always seems to have to be prefaced by, like, sure, people say it sucks, but... Or, like, I don't care what other people say about the show, you know? It's like, liking Sonic games, you know? As, like, a Sonic fan, I would constantly hear people saying, like, I don't care what the critics say. I enjoy this game, XYZ. It feels like an acknowledgement that, like, the games aren't very good, but you enjoy them anyway. That's what it feels like. Even though, of course, you know, critical score doesn't mean something... isn't like an objective measure of a show or a game's quality. Or a movie or whatever. So like you shouldn't... So yeah, that shouldn't be taken as like... You know, people who specifically say like, I don't care what the critics think, you know, that feels less like an admission that the show isn't that bad. But when you say like, I don't care about like the writing issues or whatever, then it just sounds like you're ignoring the bad parts of the show. But then again, I'm in that boat too. I just ignore... I mean, I don't think the show is like badly written at the moment. It has... It's not like...
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
Thanks, Bennett. Oh, crap. Okay, how do I do this? As long as I don't fall down that crevice, I'm fine. Okay, I'm fine. Is that man stuck in a cauldron? Oh, look. Hey, Mitchell. What's it like seeing this game for the first time? Yes, he is stuck in a cauldron and he has a hammer. And, these are the tools with which he must navigate this mountain. Could he just get out of the cauldron? Probably. I mean, for all I know, this man could, might not have legs, could be paralyzed. It's probably like a trading thing. You know how people do, like, crazy things to, like, work on their, like, abs or whatever? I don't know, to get a workout. It's just a really crazy workout. Trying to lift his own body weight with a hammer. And then also this heavy-ass cauldron. Yeah, if he didn't have legs, I don't know how he would, like, fit in the cauldron. Like, I don't know how the cauldron wouldn't just, like, slip off him the moment he left the ground. It looks camp. Yeah, literally, the narrator of this game, who was also the creator of the game, had, like, a whole spiel earlier about, like, about how, like, his game would be considered a B game. He didn't really have much to say beyond that, aside from that, like, you know. No, it was specifically something about how, like, games with reused assets are seen as, like, B games. Anything that, like, reuse... I don't know. But, I think I still have DVR turned on. You can just go back and and listen to whatever the heck he said, like, 10 minutes ago. I was going to turn that off for this stream, actually. Maybe I should have done that. But anyway, yeah, so the developer, I guess, acknowledges that this is a B game by most definitions. So I guess camp is the appropriate term. God
This thing we
damn
call
it.
failure is not the falling down, but the staying down.
Sure,
Mary
okay.
Pickford.
You're lucky my stream title is I Will Not Get Mad, and that I'm determined to not get mad. Because otherwise I would be getting mad right now. But I'm trying to prove a point. I want to see if I can genuinely get through this game without getting mad. Okay. And I haven't been mad yet, right? I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I am the opposite of mad right now. I'm so not mad! Oh my god, I was looking down at chat to see if anything had happened between now and then. I basically just did that segment with my eyes closed. I mean, I could still see the game out of the corner of my eye, but let's ignore that. It's a lot more impressive if I say with my eyes closed. Shut up! Wait, is this... I thought maybe the music title was supposed to be making fun of me. Why are you playing this random piece of, like, old-timey music? This, like, old country music. I'm not feeling bad, I'm feeling great. Oh no, not yodeling. Yeah, he is trying to make us mad. Okay. No. Okay. How do I... Oh, I guess I could just... No, I cannot. Oh. Cornbread and cheese, baby. Those are the lyrics of the song, as best I can hear them. No, don't yodel, please. It's not a hot take to say, like, yodeling isn't the peak of music, right? That it doesn't sound great. It's okay to not be a yodel appreciator, right? Which is different from being not a Yoda appreciator. Everyone needs to appreciate the puppetry that went into that character back in the mid to late 80s. Not mid to late 80s, it was literally 1980 The Empire Strikes Back came out. And look at this. I have been reduced to talking about Star Wars. That is where my streams always inevitably go. It is a hot take? Oh. Also, yeah, no problem, Vipidalmon. I'll catch you in a bit. Is the yodeling ever going to stop? That's my question. Because I would appreciate it if it did at some point. Or is he... Oh. Is the song winding up? Hey, shut up. I mean, please keep going. I'm not mad. I would not be upset if this continued. That this is fine. Because I'm not mad. Yeah, I wasn't sure going into this stream whether, like, it was possible that I could beat this game in a single stream. Or if it'd take 2. Or even more than 2, but I suspect it would only take 2 at most. Like 2-hour streams. Right? That's hopeful wishful thinking right there. My phone turned off again. I'm too lazy to reach over and swipe to turn the screen back on. It will stop when you fail the not getting mad challenge. Well, too bad that the yodeling has stopped. Unless you mean the pain will stop. But it's okay. The pain never stops. I simply live with the pain. I love that, like, meme image from, like, years ago. Where it's, how do you deal with pain? And one of the options is, I simply live with the pain. Classic reaction image. And from there my brain moves on to Twitter, but let's not talk about Twitter. I've been trying to spend, like, less and less time on Twitter. Every time I because, like, I'll just instinctually, like, when I have nothing better to do, or when I'm watching a video and I want something to do in the background, I'll just start instinctually, like, pressing T on my keyboard into the search bar. Boot up Twitter. It's a very bad habit. But lately, to counter that habit, I've just been, like, immediately closing the Twitter window whenever I type it in. Unfortunately, I've been following a lot of, like, VTubers and stuff, and that's the way that they communicate with their audiences. So, like, I would love to be able to follow, like, just that. Maybe I should just unfollow everyone I currently follow, including people who are watching this stream right now, and only follow anime people. Okay. Only anime streamers is that's all my follower list is going to become. I'm going to become a VTuber Stan account. Okay, how do I... Because I know... Okay, I know that this part here, once I get back up there... No, let's not do that. It's okay, this is nothing. I booted up... What was it? Sonic Forces yesterday. Of all games. If you need to uninstall that bird app from... Yeah, you need to uninstall... Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that I access it from my computer. So I can't just uninstall Twitter. That's the fucked up part, right? Is that for me there is no uninstalling? Unless I, like, destroy Twitter. Unless I, like, go to the Twitter headquarters and deactivate the platform. I actually have a sleeper agent in there right now. His name is Elon Musk. He's destroying the platform on my behalf. But, like, subtly, so nobody knows. Like, so nobody catches on to what I'm doing. To what we're doing. I have paid Elon Musk $44 billion. And he's already made a loss on that investment, so everything's going perfectly according to plan. Oh, that's a strat, what I just did. Now, I think... How do I do this? Because I know... I've seen people do it on stream, and I know it's like... But I forget how it's supposed to be done, but I know it's some, like, weird maneuvering. Oh, there we go. That's how we do it. I just haven't had enough room, enough space to be able to do it until now. No, okay. Over here. Anyway, I was playing Sonic Forces for some godforsaken reason. Actually, the reason I was doing
this is
it...
what digital culture is.
Okay,
A monstrous
just interrupt
mountain
me,
of
that's
trash,
fine.
The ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
Cool, thank you for writing the conclusion to the essay you started, like...
The soul would have no rainbow, had the eyes no tears. John Vance Cheney.
How's it going, Mitchell? Watching me and realizing I just lost all of the progress I made in the last, like, 15 minutes. In a single swoop. One might say it's maddening. If you were the kind of person who is capable of getting mad, but I am not one of those people. That first, Cat Organized Neatly stream, you're just imagining it. I didn't get frustrated. I didn't get mad. But for real, I never, like, express, like, my anger in, like, any sort of way. No toxic masculinity in this house. I guess it's because, like... I don't know, I was about to, like, psychoanalyze the reason why I must have, like, in my childhood felt discouraged from being mad, why my dad didn't like to express anger, didn't like other people.
The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before. That's the deal. C.S. Lewis.
Okay, I don't care about some guy who said something like a decade ago or whatever. The hammer is bending. It's a bendy hammer. Oh my god, no, I hate this part. If I were a cat, I would have lost 3 of my 9 lives just for watching that fall. Yeah. Secondhand fall damage. That's what you just experienced. It's like those, it's like those videos that, like, get you to flinch, where it's like somebody hits, like, a baseball directly into the camera or whatever. How does the camera survive to preserve that on video? That's always my question. It's like the phenomenon I've noticed where, like, I would watch Minecraft Let's Players, and every time they, like, fall from a height, they would say, ow. And then I started doing it. That's second-hand fall damage in action. Hi, I'm Dr. Grammerhead, PhD, professional psychologist, and I am here to psychoanalyze how we experience games. And the effects they have on us in real life. Much like yawning, getting other people to yawn, taking damage in games can often cause us to feel real feelings of shock. Is it possible to have us experience real actual pain, equivalent to that that the character experiences. I gathered 5 willing research subjects and 10 unwilling research subjects to test this theory. I wired them up to an electric chair. With a copy of GTA 5. If you die in the game, you die for real. Let's see how this affects our players' experiences of the game. Are they still having fun? I don't know what fucking tangent I just went on just now. But I thought it was funny. Oh my god, no! You know that cliche in movies where it's like someone's like holding on to a cliff by like their fingernail? That's what that felt like just now when I fell again. I am making negative progress. The research we should be funding instead of ocean and space exploration. Yeah, ocean and space is overrated. Why do we need to explore that shit? The ocean? It's just a bunch of water, my dude. And a bunch of weird things floating in the water. You know? Do we really want to know what kind of shit is living in, like, the depths of the ocean? No thanks. Those things are scary as hell. We'd be better off as a society, as humanity, not knowing what lies beneath the depths. And space? Don't even get me started on space. It's just empty space. There's nothing. I mean, there is something if you travel far enough, but who can really be bothered, you know? I can't be bothered driving, like, 15 minutes to get a sandwich. You think I can be bothered traveling, like, a bajillion light years to the nearest, like, galaxy? This doesn't affect us at all. We're never gonna make the trip. We don't have the dedication. Why are we kidding ourselves? And that's why we should stop exploring space and the ocean. And should just, yeah, conduct unethical, psychological, and, less than psychological experiments. What do I mean less than psychological? I mean, the experiment I describe is literally just torture. And not the psychological kind. But psychological and non-psychological torture, that's what we should be funding. Anyway, I've been going at the same joke for like 5 minutes. I've been riffing on the same premise for far too long. What was I talking about way earlier that I was like, I should get back to that subject? I don't even remember. I was talking about Ruby for a while, but I think I finished talking about that, maybe? Yeah, I hope Volume 9 is good. Anyway. I was talking about, like, the criticism of Ruby and how, like, it affects, like, the fans of the show. I experienced the same thing when I was a Sonic fan, when it was like, you can't, something about Minecraft. I don't know, I don't want to lose my train of thought a second time, so, I'll finish talking about this first. So, watching Ruby, which is a web series that has gotten, a fair amount of criticism for, like, bad writing and stuff, that I agree with in places. Like, I think at certain points in the show, the writing has been, like, pretty bad. But I think where the show's at right now, it's, like, honestly, like, pretty good. like pretty decent. That's not to say the writing is like flawless, bulletproof, like amazing. But it's entertaining enough. It meets my standards, right? It still manages to like surprise me pleasantly in ways and be clever enough that I'm like happy where it's at, right? And apparently Volume 9
Don't let it get to you.
is the one that like...
But also, let it get you a little
No.
bit.
Why are you telling me that? Are you trying to be like the Palpatine on my shoulder? What's the more common expression of that? The devil on my shoulder. I just thought of like Palpatine in the throne room of like Return of the Jedi. Seriously, if Palpatine wasn't there, being like, yes, let the hate flow through you, I think Luke would have killed Vader in that scene and like maybe begun a dark path. I don't think that's how it works though. I don't think when you kill someone you just become evil. Unless you're Anakin Skywalker, apparently, because as soon as he killed Mace Windu, he just became evil. Instantaneously. It's a very childish, cartoonish theory of good and evil that Star Wars has sometimes. Like, we don't get to explore what the ramifications of, like, killing someone who was on your side, who you knew for years, who wasn't, you know, killing someone who you could have spared. We don't get to explore, like, the guilt and grief and how that can actually lead someone to be bad. They have to instantaneously turn evil because it's Star Wars, and we can't get more complicated than that, I suppose. You know, Obi-Wan and Yoda, like, aren't wrong when they say that, like, you know, that sort of thing is like a path to the dark side. Which is why it's then strange that they're like, oh yeah, kill Vader. But, you know, it's not a quick and easy path like Star Wars would have you believe. But yeah, I genuinely think that if... Because Luke, you know, he was in the moment when he was like, wailing on Vader. If the Emperor hadn't been like, yes, this is exactly what I want you to do, you are playing right into my hands, then Luke wouldn't have, like... I think him saying that, like, snapped Luke out of it. That'd be like, no, I'm not going to kill my father. I'll never join you. You've failed, Your Highness, you know. If Palpatine had just kept his mouth shut, if he could stop being, like, cartoonishly evil for 2 seconds, oh my god, I made it. Then, oh no!
I feel within me a peace above all earthly dignities, a still and quiet conscience. William Shakespeare.
It's been a fun stream, everybody. No, we'll keep on going. That is so annoying, though. I have to admit, I did get a little bit mad just now. Don't tell anyone. Also, my microphone is sort of all over the place in terms of, like, audio, like, and I spent, like, a good hour before stream today just, like, Googling, like, hey, how do I make audio sound good in OBS? And now, my mic is, like, loud enough without peaking, ever. I think. I can now, like, adjust my microphone. I can shift it around on my desk. Okay, maybe some of those specific, like, dragging noises are too loud, but in general, like, that used to be, like, really loud on the mic, and now it's not, because I added a condenser to my setup. I didn't have any filters whatsoever on my mic before, but now I do. Now I have, like, software level filters. So I hope it sounds good. Because I was pretty proud of the fact that took a little bit of time to learn this. Because I was like, man, I know what it means when, like, my audio levels are green on OBS. And I know what red means. Red means stop, you're making too much noise, right? You don't want to be in the red, you want to be in the green. But what does the yellow mean? Does that mean you're getting too close to the red and you should avoid being here? But no, as it turns out, the yellow zone, as I like to call it, the yellow zone, the amber zone, I guess would be more accurate, isn't actually
There's 3D models of breakfast.
a bad thing.
Gen X's fanfic novels. Scan
inherently.
magazines. Green screen Shia LaBeouf. Banned stuff
Oh yeah,
scenes on
remember when that
LiveLeak.
was a thing?
Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups.
I don't want to be
Car crash epic failed gifs,
here,
Russian
do I?
dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded,
wanna be.
forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten,
yeah.
untitled.
Wait. Do I want to get over there? Or do I want to... I think from watching people play the game over the years, because this came out in what, 2017 or 18 or something? So I have seen streamers play this. I think the idea is to go over here now that I'm on top of the girder, right? Is that the idea? No? Wrong way. So I don't want to go this way. Apparently. Apparently I'm supposed to be headed... I think... Literally... How am I supposed to make that jump? Are you kidding me? Maybe if I just, like, really quickly... No, that's a bad idea. To just... He made the jump. Yep! Took me forever. What was I talking about with Minecraft? Was I talking about Minecraft? I must have been. Oh, yeah. But, like, that was part of the whole side tangent thing I went on. Make the next jump by using the force. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, let's move a little bit closer to the barbecue. Oh, okay, ready? Oh my god!
Everything's
That
fresh
was
for
lucky.
about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
Yeah, this sounds like some poet that he's quoting, right? Or did he just make that up? Oh shit, that's a Bennett Foddy original? Nice, dude. You should be like a spoken word poet or something. I hate that this is above that gap that I know is there. Now I know why everyone ends up, like, climbing up that bit again, like, 1,000 times. No.
You cannot now believe that you will ever feel better.
Are you kidding me?
This is not true. You're sure to be happy again. And knowing this, truly believing it, will make you less miserable now.
That is
Abraham Lincoln.
evil, the placement of that. You're telling me every time I try to make, like, a leap of faith in that, like, one part, I end up plummeting down to some way earlier part of the level? Often, like, the very start. Okay, let's try and get at least a little bit of progress back, shall we? Let me just also check. Let me just stop the game for a second. How long have I been streaming this? An hour. Oh my god, it feels like 2. Or maybe I just want it to be 2 hours so I can, like, say, well, that's about the average length of a stream for me. That's good. I can stop now. before I actually get, like, really mad. Before I drive myself insane. Okay. No, not more music. I don't need more music. I don't need more old-timey music, please. Okay, maybe I have like a higher tolerance for stuff like this. Maybe I have a higher like level of patience than the average person. But an hour in, that patience is really starting to wear thin. Can't wait to see where I am by the 2-hour mark. If I do end up streaming for that long. Because I'm already at the point where I'm like, I just want to give up. Yay! We're all the way at the start! Well, not quite at the start. The very start is over that wall. But I guess that's the, like, tutorial. This is basically rock bottom. No! I'm trying to bounce off this rock, not off the ore. Okay. I've completely lost my edge. I am now bad at the game again. Because I'm getting frustrated. Okay, so just keep doing clockwise. Is this clockwise? Yeah, this is clockwise. Clockwise circles until I get to that one part. Yeah, until I get to here. Until I get... The moral of this game is to just give up and never try to improve at life. That is true. I think that's the message they were trying to get across. What did I just say? I don't want to do clockwise circles when I get to that part, right? But how else do I do it? The good news is it does get easier once you figure out the controls and how this game works. No! If this was like completely luck-based, thank God the music is done. I wasn't a fan of that one, not gonna lie. Wasn't exactly a jam. Wasn't exactly my thing. Wasn't my genre. But yeah, what was I talking about? How, like... Yeah, it's a good thing this isn't completely, like... luck-based. Because can you imagine how, like, frustrating this game would be if there was no, like... if you didn't improve as you went? That would be an actual nightmare. No? Okay. Let's try that one again. No, I'm trying to launch myself. I'm trying to pogo stick. I'm trying to pogo. Let me pogo game. Okay. Okay, good. Oh. I didn't realize that these were solid objects that I can bounce off of. Okay. No, let's get off the garbage bin for a moment. There we go. See, I don't even need the right side. The right-hand side. In that case. So I was thinking yesterday. Yesterday I ended up playing. Ended up booting up Sonic Forces of all things, of all games I own on Steam. I thought, because I watched. I was inspired by a YouTube video that I watched where somebody tried to beat. What was it? Sonic Generations without moving. So without pressing, like, anything on the control stick or something. But, like, he bent his rules later on, kind of. He, like, made up rules on the fly to, like, oh, but I can move with this specific obstacle.
Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Mary Fry.
That was a nice rhyme, but I'm mad. I literally don't have the words to more, like, adequately describe my emotions right now, aside from, thanks for the quote, but I am mad. I feel upset. That's what this stream has, that's what my mental state has devolved into, just, I feel X. I feel Y. Now I feel nothing. I am numb to the pain. So anyway, I was inspired by this video, can you beat Sonic Generations without moving? Where you cannot... Well, I was inspired by that video, and also a video where somebody tried to beat... I forget which Sonic game it was. It was one of the 2D games. I think it was Sonic... Throwing Knuckles? Or... No, it was Sonic Mania. Yeah, it was Sonic Mania. Without moving left or right. So trying to beat these games, because Sonic has, like, the spin dash, right? And in Sonic Generations, with, like, modern Sonic, he has the boost. So, you know, both of which are basically, like, press this button to move forward. So, like, turning around is an issue. But there are some Sonic games where, like, you know, the levels aren't really designed for you to do a lot of precise platforming, and if they are, then, like, if you're really clever about it, like the Sonic Mania guy, the guy trying to beat Sonic Mania without moving, managed to do, then, you know, you can exploit, like, glitches and stuff, and you know, just try anything with every possible tool at your disposal, including, like, professional speedrunners that you can consult, and, like, glitch hunters, to be like, hey, how can I beat this part of the game without moving? You know? That's the amount of, like, thoroughness that the Sonic Mania speedrunner was going through, whereas the Sonic Generations guy didn't do that. So I booted up Sonic Generations briefly just to see if I could get further through the game than he did. Also, thanks, Mitchell. I assume you're referring to me when you say this man.
To live is to suffer.
To live is to suffer,
survive is to
indeed.
find some meaning in the suffering. Friedrich Nietzsche.
Really, really bold of you to tell me right after I take a massive fall in this game that, like, that, like, existence is suffering, or whatever you just said. To live is to suffer. Like, I know, dude. You don't have to say it. I'm the one suffering. You know, throwing my computer out the window is still an option. Of course, with my particular window, I'm in my bedroom, and my bedroom window does have, like, security stuff over it. It has, like, flywire, and it has, like, an additional, like, what do you call it? Like, security thing over. I can't just, like, open my window and like, throw something out my window, right? I can't really pass anything, like, through my window, because it's got, like, wire on it. On top of, like, other... On top of, like... Oh, there we go. On top of, like, metal... Like... You know, other security measures to prevent people from, breaking into the house through that window. So sadly, throwing my computer through the window isn't an option for me. But I could always, like, stand up, get up, like, rip the actual PC... you know, rip the cords out of where they currently stand. And, like, go to my door, go into my backyard and, like, throw it over the neighbor's fence or something. That's still totally an option. I could, like, drive to, like, a local lake or something and then, like, throw it into a lake. I think that's a good option. That feels a lot more satisfying. And permanent. Even more so than throwing it out of a window, because it might survive the fall. Would I be, like, killing... If there were, like, ducks in a pond that I throw this into, or in a lake that I... If I were to throw this into a lake, would it, like, kill all the wildlife living in that body of water? Because there's no power flowing to the PC, but doesn't it, like, still store some electricity inside of it or something? I mean, it should be fine, right? I don't think I'll kill any innocent wildlife by throwing my PC into a lake. Make the sacrifice. Just look at the ducks and goes, I'm sorry, little one. Just in case I haven't thought this through and, like, this kills you. A small price to pay for, I don't know, catharsis? Sure. This is my dark side arc. This is how it starts. Me contemplating the value of life versus the value of my own catharsis. Get up there! Oh, okay. I just gotta hold it towards myself a bit. Okay. Looking good. Looking... No, no, no!
Life is a mosaic of pleasure and pain. Grief is an interval between two moments of joy. Peace is the interlude between two wars. You have no rose without a thorn. The diligent picker will avoid the pricks and gather the flower. Satya Sai Baba.
You're a prick. Hey, remember the stream title? That was wishful thinking, wasn't it? Oh, no, no, no. Okay. Okay. Wait, there's water in the cauldron? I just realized there's like a splashing sound effect and like particle effects. Yeah. Why is there water in the cauldron? I didn't realize that was a thing. Or is it this barrel I'm hitting? No, it definitely seems as if there is... I'm pretty sure. It took me until now to realize it. But it seems there is water in the cauldron. I don't know why. Just to make it heavier and that much harder to haul myself up, I guess. This is a workout after all, I imagine. For this guy here. It surely cannot be humanly possible. The feats of strength that this man is demonstrating right now. I mean, maybe if you were like really, really strong, I suppose. Probably some person with like superhuman strength would be able to pull this off, maybe. But no, I think this goes against the laws of physics in a lot of ways too. It's not just the feats of strength that this would require. People say that League is the most frustrating game ever. They've clearly never played this abomination. Well, this is designed to be frustrating, whereas League is just like, you know, League is just League. League just accidentally became the world's most frustrating game. I don't think it was intended to be, you know. Whereas Bennett Foddy, the guy who made this game, I assume was setting out to, like, create the worst abomination of a rage game that he could. And yet I hear there are games worse than this. I heard that Jump King, that's another infamous, like, stream rage game. It's another rage game that people play on stream. I hear that one's worse, especially with, like, the DLCs and stuff. So, and that game, I mean, I'm willing to subject myself to this level of challenge, and, like, you know, it's still a relatively, like, you know, you still have, like, the narration keeping you going. The game is actively encouraging you. I don't think I want to play a rage game that's harder than this. I think at that point I will be like, what's the point? The momentary satisfaction I will get out of beating this is not worth the hours and hours of effort. But this should only take, you know, a couple of hours rather than a couple dozen. So, you know, this is totally worth the momentary relief it'll give me. And it's good stream content. That's why these rage games are so popular, because, you know, people love watching other people get, like, mad and frustrated. Oh, wait, is that how you do this? I've gotten this far through the game and I'm just realizing that that's the strat for getting through this part. Is just whatever the hell that is. Hold on. I'm trying to launch myself. It's not going well. But yeah, anyway, I was like, Sonic Forces. To get back to that tangent that I left like 10 minutes ago. Sonic Forces is a game where, you know, it's very, as the Sonic community likes to put it, boost to win. It's a game that's like 90% just like a straight line. And that's why it's not a very good game. But, I I was like, if any Sonic game could be beaten without, like, moving in any direction, without, like, pressing the control stick, it would be Sonic Forces, right? And I booted up the game, and I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. And, no. The very first part of the game, you have no boost, and you must move forward. And, when Sonic doesn't have any boost, he has no way of moving forward aside from pressing the control stick. So I got to, like, the first, like, 2 seconds of the game, and was already stumped, and was already proven wrong. Because in other Sonic games, you know, he'll have, like, a spin dash, or he'll have, like, a, he'll have, like, you'll have a slide button that doesn't require you to already be holding a direction. In Sonic Forces, you do need to be holding down a direction in order to slide, and also be holding down a button. And there are also games where, like, Sonic has a, like, an air dash that you don't need a boost for. Like, Sonic Generations has that. You can you can move Sonic.
Sorrow is my own yard, where the new grass flames.
It's okay.
As it
It's
has
not that
flamed
bad.
often before,
I didn't fall that far.
but not with the cold fire that closes round me this year. William Carlos Williams.
I don't know why you're quoting at me, Mr. Bennett Foddy. I didn't fall that far. It's alright. I'm already nearly back where I was. Nearly. Keyword is nearly. Because this part's a little tricky. No? Okay. Let's try that again. So, yeah, at like the first 2 seconds. But while I had Sonic Forces running, because I've 100%ed Sonic Generations, I did not 100% Sonic Forces on account of the fact that it's not a very good game. And also it has like... And also 100%ing that game actually takes like a long time. Like, the game itself you can finish in like 3 hours. Like, easily. A first playthrough will only take like 3 hours. But, like, it's a very short, very lackluster game. But, 100%ing it, you have to replay levels, like, so many times. Like, dozens of times if you don't know where, like, the collectibles you're looking for are. Like, you'll find, like... There are 5 collectibles in every level, and then once you've collected those, then, like, another collectible will, like, spawn, but you can't collect those until you've collected the 5 collectibles. And then, like, once you've collected that extra collectible, then there's another extra collectible that spawns. So you have to play every level at minimum 3 times. And you're going to be playing them a lot more than that. A lot more often than that. Because there are also speedrun times that you need to beat to get some in-game achievements to get the final Steam achievement. Anyway, so... I started not speedrunning, I started attempting to 100% Sonic Forces, which might be the lowest point I have ever reached in my life. No, I guess 100%ing... What the heck have I managed to do? Okay. Just slowly... There we go! Oh my god, I am so glad I managed that. Where's... Okay. So the bit I haven't gotten past is coming up. But, yeah, Sonic Forces is a game you can try to get all the achievements in. At least you get to create custom characters in that game. And so you can spend most of your time just like putting clothes on your custom Sonic OC. That part's fun. I forget where I was going with that. I swear I was going somewhere with that. I guess just if anybody saw me, like, on their Steam friends list, if anyone got a notification saying Grammarhead is playing Sonic Forces, like, don't be concerned about me. Don't be concerned about the state of my mental health. Or maybe do, actually. Maybe you should be. I'm not sure. Oh! No! How dare you? The title of that song. This game's just messing with me, man. Bennett Foddy knows what he's doing with these songs. He has to. No, come on. Okay, I gotta be really fast with my, like, back and forth there. Okay, turning this back around here. Yeah, so there's this one infamous level in Sonic Forces, the water slide level. Actually, there are at least 2 water slide levels. I think there's only 2. One in the main campaign and then one in the Shadow the Hedgehog DLC. One in the DLC where you play as Shadow. But the physics on that water slide are, like, really hard to predict. And so I spent, like, a solid, like, half an hour trying to get the collectibles on that level. And it was a nightmare. The physics on that water slide are infamous. Like, it's easier to get through that level by not pressing a single button while going down that water slide than trying to control your movement in any way. And so while I was going through this hell yesterday, I remembered a time I actually did get mad. Well, not mad, but I was kind of upset. And, like, looking back at it now, I am mad at how this situation went. So the scenario is as such. There was a Let's Player I was watching who played some, like, most notably some Sonic games. Oh my god. Anyway, I was watching this one guy play through Pokemon Heart Gold. And in order to, like, encourage interaction with his audience, encourage people to comment on his videos, he at one point encouraged people to comment, like, the names of the Pokemon that he was catching. And the early names, it is not 6 a.m. here and I must go to bed and good luck and remember to drink water. It is now. Okay, so you were lying to me when you said it is not 6 a.m. Yeah, I was wondering, like, isn't it, like, hella early over there? So absolutely understandable. Have a good night, Mitchell. So anyway, I was watching this dude play Pokemon Heart Gold.
Of all sad words of tongue or pen, the saddest are these. It might have been. John Greenleaf Whittier.
And this Let's Player, so he started adopting an unintentional naming scheme when coming up with, like, nicknames for his Pokemon, right? So the starter he chose was what's it called? Totodile? Which he named Gatorade.
If you try to please audiences, uncritically accepting their tastes, it can only mean that you have no respect for them. Andrei Tarkovsky.
He named the, so he named his Totodile Gatorade because it's an alligator, get it? And then, he caught another Pokemon he wanted to use on his team. It was a Mareep, which he named, Lamb Chop. That's right, because it's a sheep. And then he caught a Growlithe, which is a fire-type dog Pokemon, which he named Hot Dog, because, you know, it's a fire dog, hot dog. And then he realized that he was, like, unintentionally naming all of his Pokemon after food, and so we started doing it intentionally. His next Pokemon that he decided to use on his team was a Togepi, which is an egg-based Pokemon. It's like a Pokemon that's hatching from an egg. So we named it the Scrambler. And then he had an Eevee that he put in his team, and he's like, I'm not sure. He hadn't named it yet. He was planning on going back and naming it later. Because Eevee can evolve into a bunch of different... has like 5 different possible evolutions. Now, he already had a water, electric, and fire type on his team at this point. So he wasn't really looking at doing any of these. He was tossing up between Espeon and Umbreon. And the audience consensus seemed to be that they wanted him to use an Umbreon. And he was super on board with that. And so he was like, I don't know what to name this thing. So he asked his audience for a name. This was before the Pokemon had even evolved. This is just when he had decided that he wants to do an Umbreon. And I come up with the perfect name. So it's a dark-type Pokemon, right? That's Umbreon's whole deal. It's a black Pokemon. It's like black all over and very like sleek looking. So I suggested the name Licorice. It fits with the food naming scheme. Right? It's like a perfect name. I thought it was really clever. So I commented on that on the one part of his Let's Play where he asked like, hey, I need names for my Umbreon. And then in the part after that, he was talking about how he saw a really good name in the comments that perfectly fit all of the criteria that fit like the food naming scheme and was like really cute and was like a really fun name, a really good name that he was excited to use. But he wouldn't reveal what it was yet until Umbreon evolved and he went to rename it. And so I waited in anticipation for multiple parts, just waiting for this Let's Player who I was watching, who didn't get a lot of viewers. Like, this isn't like some Let's Play with like 100,000 people watching him. They would get like a couple of hundred views per video. Maybe like a couple thousand at most. He would get like, you know... So we'd only get like a handful of comments. So I looked through the comments on that part, and mine was the only suggestion that I could see that would fit the naming scheme and also Umbreon's dark type, because he said specifically, like, I like this name because it fits with Umbreon's dark typing. So I was like, it has to be my name. So I waited with bated breath for him to start, for Umbreon to evolve and for him to, you know, use my name, the name that I'd suggested, that I was very proud of. And several videos later, his Umbreon evolves. And he goes to the name reader and he nicknames it Blackberry. And I'm like, what? Did I miss... I don't even remember seeing this. Did I miss somebody's comment? And I went back to that video where I had commented Licorice, and yes, somebody had commented Blackberry, and I hadn't seen it. Licorice was a way better name, for the record. I maintain that. I like the name Licorice a lot more. Licorice is a way better name than Blackberry. I mean, you thought, like... That takes, like, 5 seconds of thought to come up with Blackberry. You were like, what's a black food? Blackberry. It has black in the name. You know? Like, that's lame. Licorice is, you know, at least a food that, like... Like, it's not the first thing that comes to your mind when you're thinking of, like, black foods, but it definitely is something that will eventually come to mind. When you think of licorice, you do think of, like, black licorice. It makes perfect sense. I'm still mad about it to this day. Anyway, I thought I'd bring it up in today's stream, because today's stream is about being mad and things that make me mad. Since I was playing a rage game, I thought it was appropriate to talk about something I remembered that made me mad. Sorry it took so long to get to the point, but there's a lot of explaining that needs to be done to get to the point of that little story. It's really hard to keep that up because I got to move my mouse. I don't have enough room on my mouse pad to do that. This section, this stupid crevice, is like the most annoying obstacle that I've encountered in this entire game. So that's the idea. I just want to draw it to myself instead of doing a circle. You don't want to do a circle in this area. There's no room for circles. Hold on, let me grab a drink of water real quick. Jesus Christ, I'm thirsty. I haven't really stopped to have a drink that whole time. The whole time I've been streaming. I don't have I seriously not at all? I don't recall. No!
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Ice-T.
Yeah, I do hate the game. Shouldn't you be arguing the opposite in your case? I like how you quoted Ice-T though. That was, you know. Only the greatest intellectuals of our time get a quote in Bennett Foddy. To be fair, I know nothing about Ice-T. I'm just assuming that, like, a rapper... That's probably a racist assumption, actually, now that I think about it. Or maybe it's just that, you know... I mean, I imagine it's also that, like, you know... singers and songwriters, no matter how, like... you know, musical artists, no matter how clever their lyrics are, you know... that doesn't make them intellectuals, that doesn't make them philosophers or poets. Like a lot of these other people he's been quoting are, or... at least, like, I've assumed all these other people are. They could just be random people. Random people in, like, internet comment sections. No, I've recognized a name here and there. They're not random people. I think. What if he just threw in, like, a made-up quote? Like, a fully, like, a made-up person. Like, some name that sounds, like, European. Just to throw you off. And you're like, oh, it's some sort of, like, European, like, philosopher or something. And it's just, nope, I just made up the name. When can I call it quits? Am I allowed to call it quits at this point, now that I'm at the start again? Because that was like the third time I had fallen down that stupid pit. That very specific thing. I'll see if I can get back up there. And then I'll... and then maybe I'll end stream. Or I'll just end stream once I get to 2 hours. How close am I? Wow, okay, I'm nearly at 2 hours, thank God. For some reason, I have decided that is the cutoff. Is the audio still playing? Hold on, I'm gonna check the... Hold on a second. If I just... Okay, good. The game's audio is still playing. I was worried for a second that it just wasn't. Because sometimes OBS just, like, does that. More so with, like... Yeah, sometimes it'll just, like... Sometimes audio sources just will stop transmitting audio, and I don't understand why. But that's okay. Right, there's nothing to get mad about. Because I'm not mad. I haven't been mad this whole stream. Please don't rewind the stream by like 2 seconds. By like a minute. Like, don't even bother. You will not find any proof that I was mad. And another thing, I did not get mad. Please don't put in the newspaper that I got mad. Isn't that a drill tweet? Oh, god damn it. Okay. Okay. Now just push off. Yes! Beautiful. Okay, now it's a little harder to fall from here. But I shouldn't test my luck. By the way, I really did enjoy doing that, stream, a little while back, that, the grab bag game night. I want to do a second grab bag game night. That'll probably be my next stream. Maybe Friday? Let's say Friday. I don't think I'm busy on Friday.
When to the sessions of sweet silent thought I summon up remembrance of things past, I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woes new, wail my dear time's waste. William Shakespeare, Sonnet 30.
That means literally nothing to me. That was just a bunch of words that meant nothing when strung together. To my ears, to my brain. I'm sure to someone in William Shakespeare's time it was really deep,
Patience
but
is the foundation of eternal peace.
my brain didn't
Make
even
anger your
register
enemy.
what half those
Harm
words
comes to
meant.
those who know only victory and do not know defeat. Find fault with yourself and not with others. It's in falling short of your own goals that you'll surpass those who exceed theirs. Tokugawa Ieyasu.
That's a really long roundabout way of saying, like, practice makes perfect, or don't be afraid to fail. Failure helps you to improve. It's just a really pretentious way of saying a very, like, simple, easy to understand principle. Oh, okay, that was good. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now I just need to do that, come on. Nice and easy, there we go. No!
She smiled in defeat with unconquerable eyes. Atticus.
Would it be less like... It might even be easier for me to hear, like, "Don't get mad, loser," every time that I fall down, instead of just these quotes saying the same thing over and over. Oh, right. This is so much simpler than I'm making it out to be. Okay, I just have to pull it towards myself. It's no problem. Okay, that's good. Okay, just push me over here. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Maybe I should call it quits while I'm ahead. While I'm up high, well, let's see if we can get past our record thus far. Let's see if we can get to a point where we haven't been before. No, okay, that's not how you do it. Okay, hold on, let me just position myself. Okay. I need to, like, hold my mouse pad still. It's not a very good mouse pad, is it? If that's the case. It's got so much crap under it. Hold on. There, will it slide around less now? I hope so. Ooh!
No.
I gotta be careful I don't slip around too much. Slip around and find out. Okay. Okay, I'm in position. I'm getting hungry as well. Ready? No! That was a terrible idea! Okay. It's okay. I haven't fallen off yet. Okay. Totally fine. This is fine. This is okay. No!
Your failure here is a metaphor. To learn for what, please resume climbing.
Well,
Rob Dubbin.
I hope you guys enjoyed the stream.
Laugh,
I'm just
and the
gonna...
world laughs with you. Weep, and you weep alone. For the sad old earth must borrow its mirth, but has trouble enough of its own.
Yeah.
Weaver Wilcox.
Yeah, that last fall was intentional, actually, Bennett Foddy. I just thought it would be more poetic if I ended the stream exactly where I started, having made no progress. But alright, you know what? Maybe just to make it easier on myself the next time, I'll work my way back up a bit. I think this little alcove is probably the wrong word. I don't actually know the definition of alcove now that I think about it, but this little nook, this little cranny, is probably the perfect place to end. I'm just gonna prop myself up like that. That's where we finish for today. So thank you very much for watching me climb and fall and climb and fall and climb and fall and fall and fall and fall and climb a little bit at the end. If this isn't a metaphor for life, I don't know what is. And I mean, this is the kind of, like, this is basically the reason I love Celeste, right? Is that, you know, climbing a mountain is such an easy metaphor to apply to just about anything in life, but Celeste does it really well, and so does this game. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna exit the game and head on out to the outro screen. Sorry to end stream right when you got back for Fiddlemon. Or, I don't know if you were gone, but, like, you hadn't been chatting, so... But, not to be like, oh, I can't believe you weren't chatting in my stream. Because, like, it's totally cool if you weren't, but I have no other, like, indicator that you're alive and present in my chat. But that's all good. I was eating, yeah. Oh, so you were still having dinner that whole time? Yeah, wow, that was a long dinner. That was like an hour, I think. Anyway, stream's over. We're about to hit 2 hours, and I told myself I would only have to endure this for 2 hours. That's how long my streams tend to last on average. And then you showered. Yeah, that explains it. Do you have, like, century-long showers like I do? 2 hours of no molding. Yep, absolutely no getting mad. When I fell down, I didn't even react. I was just stone-faced the whole time. And not, like, in an unpleasant way, but just, like, you know, I had a completely neutral expression on my face the whole time. It was, you know, I was nonplussed by the whole situation. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the stream, or at least however much of it you were able to catch. As soon as I end the stream, you'll be able to watch back any bits you missed if you really feel compelled to. I hope you enjoyed it, and if anyone asks, I didn't get mad. Okay? I need you to tell anyone who hasn't seen this stream and is like, oh, how did the stream go? Tell them I didn't get mad. Okay, please. I didn't get mad. I didn't get mad.